are saltwater crocodiles. Crocodile's going to come out of there at any time.
I saw a shark.
Seen sharks, George?
I did earlier. The circling again?
It's enough, I'm shaking.
Filling up with gas over here is so easy. Look, just plonk it in, lock it in place, walk away, wait for it to finish. So $130, which has given me 44 gallons. Let's see where it's taken me up to on here. I had about 50 miles left and we're pretty full. So about $130 to fill it up. And that says 560 miles to empty.
I carried a watermelon.
I see you got everything and a tree.
And a tree, yes.
We got enough for a couple of days there, love.
For our fridge, maybe.
It's lunchtime and we've got this lovely sub bread from the supermarket. So Lindsay's knocked up one of her special sandwiches. Thanks, honey.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we're sat in the supermarket car park having just done the shopping. And we've got a salted caramel brownie ice cream and a strawberry cheesecake ice cream, Ben & Jerry's. And it's so hard to choose between them. Which ones do you prefer? What's your favourite Ben & Jerry's flavour ice cream, guys? Get in the comments and let me know. And Lindsay wants to try key lime pie. We've got to get key lime pie while we're here. But that was superb. Right, on to John Pennekamp. After dropping into Publix to get a bit of food and stopping for a fuel stop, we drove about an hour and a half back up the Keys until we arrived at John Pennekamp State Park, where we checked in and parked up on our pitch. There's our pitch at John Pennekamp. It's 20 to 4. I'm going to take a wander and see what we can do. Most things were finishing up for the day, so we headed to the beach and the boys kicked the ball around for a bit. We found plenty of the American ibis birds wandering around near the picnic tables, looking for bits of scraps that people had dropped. And we even found a cheeky little squirrel by the bins darting around looking for food that might have been left by visitors. One thing that was still open was the visitor centre, which is free to go in and wander around. Inside they have several large saltwater aquariums filled with colourful fish and interesting sea creatures. And there are nature videos shown in the theatre. Another thing you need to be aware of is that there are saltwater crocodiles around the trails and the waterways at John Pennekamp. What's up, George?
Crocodiles are freshwater.
They usually eat fish, turtles and other small animals, but have been known to attack humans.
Crocodilians have been known to attack humans.
Crocodilians. I think there might be a proposal or something about to happen. There's a picnic laid out on the beach behind us and people waiting. And some people hiding too. So it might be like a special thing, I don't know.
Look at that. With the beer bottle on the back as well. How perfect. Awesome. Red Stripe, that was the beer we had when we got married in Jamaica as well. You work for Red Stripe, do you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You drive around in this all the time?
My wife does, I don't.
Okay. Fantastic. Enjoy it, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
And you.
How cool's that? Good morning. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning editing this week's video, which I've now taken a walk over to the dive shop and I'm trying to upload, and it's got just under an hour left, so fingers crossed I can get this uploaded before we go off this morning on our boat tour thing. We're going to go on a glass bottom boat today, take the kids out on a glass bottom boat. It's a 2.5 hour trip. And we're at John Pennekamp Coral Reef Park, so I'm hoping we're going to see some cool sea life under there. So yeah, it'd be really exciting for the boys to see that. So yeah, I am just here, thought I'd check in and tell you. I did put a post on social media this morning to say how I was grafting, up early grafting to try and get these videos done for you guys in this ridiculous heat. It was very tongue-in-cheek post, it really was. We are having a ball. We're having a whale of a time here, and I enjoy doing stuff like this. This is, the challenge for me: A, to get the video edited, and B, to get it uploaded and try and find some Wi-Fi, because this 5G I've got here is not very 5G. It's hardly 3G, to be honest with you. But fortunately, I can jump on Wi-Fi and get this done. So hopefully, in an hour, I'll be done. We'll be out of here, and we're on that boat. Would you just look at the size of some of these rigs out here?
Look at that. He's turning his cheek behind him. Incredible. On the way here from the campsite, I did count 3 rigs with Starlinks on, and I thought if this is not going to work, then I may have to ask them if I can jump on their Starlink and upload. But we're all right. We're nearly done. Morning. Down the bottom. Thank you. See any sharks, George?
I did earlier. This was like a jungle cruise. All of the mangroves. Oh, there you go, George. Dad's asking where. No, put the camera down.
After around a 45-minute journey, we arrived at our destination, Molasses Reef. Molasses Reef is a very popular destination with divers. Unfortunately, our boat wasn't that busy, so there was plenty of room to sit around looking down at the windows, dangling your feet. We saw lots and lots of colourful sea creatures and fish swimming around, and our guide was awesome at pointing them out and letting us know which different species there were. Lindsay even spotted a shark. Before we knew it, the hour was up and we were heading back to land.
That was a lot of fun. We went about 6 miles off the coast in a glass bottom boat, and we spent an hour exploring the reef around there, Molasses Reef. Beautiful. I saw a shark. Absolutely fantastic. Lindsay was giving us a running commentary. She knows her stuff. She knows so much about the fish. She spotted so much. She pointed things out. She gave us a good ecology lesson as well. That was a lot of fun, really beautiful. And our tip is to get the first one of the day because it's a little less crowded than the other 2. Steve's favourite thing just happened.
We just bumped into a subscriber right here. Just brilliant. They came along and said, we watch you on YouTube.
They're from Wales.
Yes.
And they're going cruising.
They're here on a cruise to the Caribbean for Christmas, which sounds awesome. I'd love to do that.
Maybe.
I'd love to do that. So we've got to move pitches now. So we're going to back to the ranger station just to check in and do all the paperwork needed to switch pitches.
Right, okay. Mum and Dad have gone back to the van to do washing, move pitch, and all of that lovely stuff. While I am out here snorkeling. Whew, let's do this. This is so weird. How you doing? You were upside down for a second there. I wonder, is it crocodiles that are saltwater or alligators? Tell me in the comments.
So we're moving to pitch number
42.
42 today, and she was lovely. She said, grab a candy cane from the tree. They taste like Skittles. So, got one for George. Look at the size of that fifth wheel. It's a triple wheel one. Like it, love? Huh? A bit of us on the fifth wheel, I think. And it's the campground host. There you go. Nice truck and a couple of wave runners down the back and all.
All the pictures are lovely and long. Really
Right.
nice pictures.
Aren't they?
Yeah, for $50 a night. Really great value.
So we're moving to pitch number 42, and that's this one right here. And it's vacant, so let's go move the RV.
Reversing it in. Working out the doors, we've got to reverse it in.
Yeah.
Where the door is and the picnic bench and the grill. Because I think we're going to grill some burgers.
The squirrels come and say hi. Oh, look at it. So we've got these barbecues on the pitch. And the trouble is, I don't think I want to be cooking my food right on top of that. So we've bought some charcoal and a couple of these little thin trays that we're going to put on there and cook the burgers like that. And I don't have a lighter either, so we're going to light this from the hob in there, run out and see if we can get this working. Man and fire. And fingers crossed, it's meant to be easy lighting. Briquettes, and yeah, it looks to be taken. Winner, winner. Burgers for dinner. Burning nicely. Awesome. Didn't even need to put the paper tissue down. My little oven I've got in here. There you go. And the burgers are nice and cooked. I tell you that they've shrunk down a lot though. A lot of water's come out of them. Five Guys eat your heart out, eh? These are meant to be Angus burgers, but I tell you what, they're water burgers. They've shrunk that much, haven't they?
There you go, George.
But these rolls are fantastic. They're potato rolls. Opinions, George? How's your burger?
Right.
Hit the spot?
The burger itself is so juicy and nice.
Right.
Amazing.
The burger is really good. Let's go and find Lindsay, who's been doing the washing. Hey, honey.
Hey.
Your washing done?
Yes.
Machine's all right?
Yeah, good.
What do you got? Are these all washers or dryers or what?
2 and 2.
2 washers, 2 dryers.
$3.50 a wash here and $2.50 a dry.
Well, while I'm here, we'll have a quick look around the facilities. Toilets, urinals, sinks, and showers. All pretty much the same as most state parks. They're very similar. Saying the facilities are very similar to the other state parks, aren't
Yeah,
they?
no, they're great. They're perfect.
Yeah.
Really good. I am so tired. I don't think any of us got a particularly good night's sleep last night. We're either too hot or too cold. We can't get a nice in the middle temperature. It's kind of too hot to not have aircon on. But when you've got the aircon on, you need a blanket as well.
And the aircon's really noisy.
So noisy. Really.
Oh, first world problems, eh?
I know, I'm so tired though.
Let's have a lazy afternoon. Yeah?
Yeah. I wonder if their fridge smells as bad as ours. Stop them and ask. One of our favourite things that we love about state parks is the army of volunteers who run the campsites, the shops, and work with employed rangers to deliver educational and conservational projects. After a relaxing afternoon, George and I headed back to the visitor centre to get involved with some Christmas crafting. There we go.
Just going to town over there.
We've learned about the legend of the sea hearts, and these are seeds that are released all over the world, and they go into the sea for up to a couple of years and end up somewhere else. These ones have been collected off the beach here, given a coating so they're nice and shiny, and then we're just putting some beads with them. So it's a Christmas decoration.
It's the luck of the sea.
This state park is named after John Pennekamp, who was an associate editor of the Miami Herald back in the last century. He was a massive ecologist, wanted to protect the local corals and the local ecological system. He was also very heavily involved in the establishment of the Everglades as a national park. This is a state park and run by the state. Apparently, in the marina behind me and in the mangroves around, there is a mama and baby manatee, and I'm desperate to see them as well. We took a glass bottom boat out for about 7 miles out into the ocean, and we're visiting one of the several different coral reefs around here. It's also possible to hire kayaks and supboards and explore the mangroves. Also, if that's not enough for you, there are hiking trails where you can go and explore inland a little bit more, but make sure you bring your insect repellent. There are lots of volunteers that help run the state parks, and they do this in exchange for somewhere safe to stay. Up here is where the volunteers for this park stay. I was chatting to Deb about it earlier. She told me loads of information. There's loads of vacancies all the time. We've just got to be careful and get in there quick. The beach here, Cannon Beach, is lovely for swimming when it's a little bit warmer, and there's a fake shipwreck to go and explore with your snorkels just off the coast here, and then there's 2 more little beaches that you can snorkel and swim with, and you can go out on the boats, you can go out on trips and you can snorkel and scuba dive. That's the word I can think of. You can snorkel and scuba dive off boat trips on the different coral reefs around.
It was cold last night. I put the heating on again. It's 10 degrees here. And I know some of you have, quite a few of you have put in the comments on our social media about the weather in America right now. They're in a massive cold spell. I think it's -14 in New York. And thanks for all the concern for us. But we're all right. We're far down south. We're so far down south that we're okay. It'll be going up to 17 degrees today. So it'll be all right. Just put a pair of jeans on and we'll be fine. Keep looking in here, thinking a crocodile's going to come out of there at any time. Looks right eerie in here.
Anyway, we are packing up the pitch and we're moving on to Key West today for a couple of days. I think first we're going to go shopping. There's a few shops Lindsay wants to hit, and we've got to do the supermarket again because that fridge doesn't work. So, but yeah, we've had 2 days at John Pennekamp and it's been fantastic. It's really, really good. Plenty for the kids to do here.
Were there 4 t-shirts for a tenner?
Yeah, there were. There was some. There's a one rack with lots of different Key West t-shirts on, but the kids didn't want full Key West t-shirts either.
Yeah. And the other t-shirts were like $26.
There were nice quality t-shirts, so the fabric was good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they lured you in at the 4 for a tenner. Didn't buy nothing.
No, there's a lot I wanted to buy. Too many people.
Gotcha. Leaving our mark.
We left John Pennekamp and headed further south along the Keys. We stopped on Isla Morada for a surprising treat for the boys.
We've just pulled off Highway 1. I'm keeping an eye on the pelicans because they're coming close to my babies. And we're going to feed the tarpons, which I guess are a big kind of fish.
We're at Robbie's and highly recommended from you guys in the comments on the social media. So
The way they walk, they're like this.
keep your eye on the fish. Look at these. They're after the fish. Not them.
No, you gotta put your hand down. Hand all the way down. No, you gotta. Hey, listen. They don't bite you at all.
Go away, you. Shoot.
Oh,
he got one.
they were trying to grab your face.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. No,
You can do it. Come on, it's once in a lifetime. That's too cool.
Come on. Let them take it from you.
I'm sorry. Come on, Mom, you got this.
Go on.
Go.
Show them how it's done.
That's it.
He's coming.
You gotta come closer.
Oh, bash him on the head. Go on then, mate. Go on.
There you go. High five. Yeah. Mom did it.
Hey, Harry, come on.
There it is. Come on.
Go on, Harry. You gotta go lower.
Eat it!
God.
It's gone.
Did you do it?
It's enough, I'm shaking.
You ready? Come on, Dad. Wait on his knee.
That was both simultaneously brilliant and also horrifically terrifying. Those fish mouths coming at you, and then the pelicans, they're circling again. Bloody hell. Going in.
But it's a definite must if you're coming down this way, right?
Definitely, it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
But find yourself a nice American family who will chase off the pelicans while you do it as well.
Thank you, guys.
We paid $5 for each bucket of fish, but there's so much more to see and do at Robbie's. It's a water sports centre and an open-air market with an eclectic mix of souvenirs. There's even a very nice-looking restaurant.
So there it is, guys, Robbie's. If you're down this way, you definitely need to come and check this place out. We will put a link in the description.
Yeah, bring like pads and things to protect yourself.
It's a lot of fun. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button now, guys, and join us on the next video.